making the stop. The reception taken in that time by Chris Sandoval, the tight end.
You got to like that move by Ryan Merrill. Here's a guy who, as we said, has got problems with his ribs. He's hurt, and he goes out there and he rolls out left and turns and cuts and throws the ball back, slant pass, back out across the field. Ryan Merrill, the quarterback. Excellent job there, and he made that work.
That was a 10-yard gain by Sandoval. 1st and 10 from the 33. 10.5 in the third quarter, and this one fooled nobody.
Sure didn't fool Mike Collins.
Mike Collins, the big guy, the big defensive end, making the stop that time. And the victim of the onslaught was Malcolm Thomas. From the 33, they're going to go that way back to the 32. Fortunately, it's only a loss of 1.
You've got such size there on those defensive tackle positions on the quick side. You've got O'Dwyer, who's 180 pounds, Collins at 218 pounds and 6'4", and that's the tough part, that height, because when they try to pass over him, and we saw it in the Diamond Bar game, when Mike Collins at 6'4" puts his hands up, he's quite a blocker.
Out of the shotgun, this is how they got the touchdown in the first half. Ryan Merrill takes the snap. Rush by Carr, he gets the ball away, and it's almost intercepted. And the reception is made once again by Steve Bloom. From the 32 out to the 41, gain of 9.
Salgado gave it everything he had, but Bloom has done a great job tonight at receiving a couple of very tough passes.
3 for 33 yards in the first half.
Take a look at the shot that Bloom takes by Salgado on this reception. Merrill throws back across the grain and bang, right there. He makes the catch, he keeps it up off the ground, holds onto it. Bloom, great job.
3rd and a long 2 from the Wildcats' 41-yard line. 9:05 left in the third. It's all tied at 7. Delayed handoff to Thomas. This is a Los Altos play, runs against the Conquerors. Thomas doing what Roger Bowden normally does for the other team. Crosses the 50 and makes it to the 47. As we said before, Dave Merrill used to play for the Conquerors. He was coached by Dwayne Despain. So why not run Dwayne's plays against Dwayne?
Not to mention the fact that it took 2 of Los Altos' best, Alex Salgado and Brian Carr, to stop Malcolm Thomas finally after that 12-yard run. Here's Malcolm Thomas. He gets hit right there by Salgado. Salgado couldn't hold on to him. He needed the help of Brian Carr to come in there and stop him.
The pitch back, only this time Ryan Merrill doesn't pitch. He'll keep it himself and go all the way down to the 32.
That time he faked the handoff to Coffee Broadnax, and Broadnax tucked his hand in his body and went through the line. Everybody bought the story that he had the ball. Merrill stands up and picks up the big game.
Not only did Broadnax go into the line, but Malcolm Thomas was running in the pitch position, and Merrill did it himself. It'll be a gain that time of 15 yards. 1st and 10 at the Conquerors' 32. 8:20 left in the third. And the Wildcats have come out of the locker room ready to play.
Little razzle-dazzle now from the Wildcats.
Double wideouts to the near side of the field, I formation, and there's a whistle. This looks like it could be an official's timeout for an equipment deficiency.
While we're talking about that official timeout and waiting for them to get that thing straightened out, we have a final score. For those of you who are home live watching this, we know you sacrificed watching the 3rd game of the World Series. Oakland has blown out the Giants 13-7 to go up 3-0 in the World Series.
Well, Kofi Broadnax is trying to blow the line of Los Altos out of the way, and he had about as much luck as the Giants on that play. Makes it to the 32. Gain of zip for Kofi. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. There you can see, I believe that was one of Dwayne Despain on the far sideline with some enthusiastic encouragement for his squad.
He's seeing a little bit of his own medicine there right now, and something he didn't see during the first half. And Wilson now showing some different offensive sets, and really looks like they've confused the Los Altos defense with those plays.
152 yards of total offense versus 144. They waited for Michael Wong to bring in a play, and that may have cost him delay of game. Guess what? 5 yards, Wildcats. Now that'll back him up 5 more, make it 2nd and 15, and there you see Dave Merrill. He says he screams at his son more than any of the other players. He doesn't want anybody to think there's favoritism. That's one way to do it.
Just down.
It'll be 2nd and 15 from the Los Altos 37-yard line. Clock stopped at 7:19, and the play that Michael Wong never got to run comes back out, and they'll bring Chris Hansen in with a different play. The clock is stopped, although they still only get 25 seconds to pull it off. And I formation, double wideouts to this side. Merrill, first man Kofi, no, second man Thomas. Malcolm Thomas busts his way across the 30 down to the 28-yard line. He's pumped up, and so are the Wildcat fans. He got up off the ball and he's jumping up and down. He reminded me of Leroy Holt, the fullback at SC. He's wearing practically the same uniform.
I'll tell you, he got in there and he started to, he appeared to be going to block. Watch what happens here. Mark Hearn and Brian Carr had a shot to block him. There, he takes the pitch back right there. Watch, here comes the block. Boom, no way there. He hits the up button on the elevator and jumps the defender. And what a great job he's done now. That's another big game.
Could be a key play in the drive here. 3rd and 6 from the Conquerors 28. Shotgun, Merrill unloads it. It's complete at the 16-yard line. Caught by Steve Bloom again. 5th reception of the night. And remember, Eric Olson, the star receiver, is not playing tonight. In theory, Steve Bloom supposedly is the backup wide receiver.
You won't see this on the replay, but what made this work is that Merrill looked straight at the far man in the short part of your screen there, which was Michael Wong, and then Bloom cut back to receive the pass. He did an incredible job of looking off that receiver that time. The ball looked like it was going to Wong.
Well, you know, it's a night of symbolism, and as Bloom caught that pass far in the sky in the distance, fireworks are going off over the city of Hacienda Heights. 1st and 10 at the Los Altos 17. Merrill for pay dirt. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Chris Hansen, and it was knocked away on some fine pass defense that time by the strong safety, Mark Hearn.
Hearn gave him what appeared to me to be a little bit of a shot, but he had knocked the ball away before he hit the receiver.
It was an 11-yard gain on Bloom on the last play. That
Here's
was
the replay. There you see, he knocked the ball away before he hit the Bloom, so there's no pass interference.
6:02 in the 3rd.
Fireworks.
7-7. Shotgun formation, double wideouts to the near side. Merrill looking for pay dirt one more time. Contact in the end zone. No flags either way. It'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Merrill right now 6 out of 9 since he's come out in this half. 52 yards on catches right now and for Steve Bloom.
Well, we've talked in the last few minutes about how Wilson has been running Los Altos plays against Los Altos. It's 3rd and 10 from the 17, 5:58 in the 3rd. A good time for a draw play.
I was going to just say, Malcolm Thomas on the draw right here. It's going to catch them all looking at 3rd and long, and away we go to the end zone.
Well, Ryan Merrill will come up and take it off the tee. Now there's going to be a delay. We have a timeout by the official. And it's another equipment problem.
We have equipment repair.
It's either Slosik or Mark Hearn with the ball.
Interesting, during that equipment repair, we have a substitution on the Los Altos defense.
You have to go out for one play, and that's Zambrano. And he had a ton of tackles in their very first game of the season when the Conquerors opened against El Rancho. 3rd and 10, 5:47 in the 3rd. It's all tied. Number 7 with 7, going for 7 more. Screen pass to Thomas. Inside the 10-yard line, down to the 8.
He's going to be about a yard short of the first down, but it was a great call. The screen to Thomas, and he cuts and again goes right up the left side.
It's by my estimate about 4th and 1, and it should be at about the Los Altos 8-9-yard line.
There you see.
They were on the 17. They got 9.
Here's a pass, little screen. Merrill drops deep. About a 9-step drop that time. He was in trouble.
Well, no, that was a screen pass. That was by design.
He was deep there. There's a replay.
4th, they're going to call it 2. They're going for it with 5 left in the 3rd. Split backs off the tee. Los Altos jumps.
Oh, my goodness.
First down on the flag.
Oh, my goodness. An encroachment penalty. They may call him being drawn offsides.
The guy who did it, I believe, was either Joe Castillo or Bobby Fanny.
Nope.
It will be Castillo, the strong side defensive end.
Encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty.
That's a big penalty. It's 1st and goal. That'll go half the distance to the goal line. 1st and goal from the 1, Mark. What a break for the Wildcats.
Well, they'll go to
Dead
the
ball
4.
foul, encroachment on the defense.
They were on
Still first down.
They were on the 8-yard line, so it'll be half the distance.
Right,
Be 1st and goal from the Los Altos 4-yard line at the 4:58 mark. It'll be offsides, and I believe that Castillo was the guy. He was at the defensive tackle position. The reason is Fanny was at the nose guard spot, and we'll have to see what that does. 4:51, pitch it to Thomas. At the 5, he will go nowhere. Loss of 1. And on that play, kind of making up for what happened the last time, coming up off the pile will be Fanny and Laura. Loss of 1 that time by Thomas. 2nd and goal from the Los Altos 5-yard line. Well, it's a great night. We've got fireworks in the sky and on the field. It's a 7-7 tie. They're all even in the standings and on the scoreboard, and you are seeing it live on United Cable Television. Split backs, Wong in motion to the far side of the field. Ryan Merrill audibilizes, pitches back to Thomas on the near side. At the 5, out of bounds at about the 3. There you see a happy man limping back to the huddle. He doesn't care, though.
It's tough to tell whether he's limping or jumping. He is so excited. He's just trying to contain himself. He is doing an excellent job for these Wildcats.
Well, he almost powdered our sideline cameraman, too. Gain of 3 that time by Thomas. 3rd and goal from the 2.
You got to look at his feet. Watch the feet here. Even after he gets tackled, he keeps the feet moving, and that's why he's able to pick up the yardage after the stop.
I believe it was Salgado who tried to stop him. 4:03 in the 3rd. Tied 7-7. Split backs. Merrill at quarterback. Quick feed to Broadnox. Wait for the signal. He should be close. The ball came out, but the ground cannot cause a fumble. They'll mark him to the 1. Gain of 1, 4th and goal.
Well, now's a tough call. You're 99.5 yards across the field. Do you go for it or do you not? Timeout, Wilson High School.
Timeout, offense.
The Wildcats have not decided what to do. With the success they had in the short game before, I think I'd go for it.
Well, you've got Broadnox, you've got the possibility even of Merrill, and you've got Malcolm Thomas. But we said at the top of this quarter that Los Altos only scored on 1 quick play, whereas Wilson scored on the long drive. They've had the ball right now 8 minutes.
And the key thing here, we've talked about the outstanding defense of Los Altos. They're only allowing 7.8 points per ball game. The Wildcats offense is averaging 21, but the Wildcats offensive line has been able to move people. Usually Wilson wins offensively and defensively by execution. They are a pretty big team, both teams matching up pretty close in size, but tonight the Wildcats can move.
But this is a call to order for them right now. If the Wilson team decides to go for this touchdown on 4th and just about a half a foot, if they can move the likes of Brian Carr, it's Castillo and Fanny and O'Dwyer and Collins, they have really earned their offensive line tonight.
Well, it's the 3:43 mark, and here we go. Everybody in the stadium on their seats. The 3rd big play of the night, 4th and goal. Wildcats at the Conquerors 1. They're going to say motion Wildcats. When Malcolm Thomas came up, it's one of 2 things.
Dead ball foul, false start, offense.
All right, there's 2 ways that this could be determined. They could say Thomas moved toward the line of scrimmage and then laterally, which is not allowed. The other possibility is, I believe, Steve Bloom, who was playing tight end on the left side, flinched.
I think you're right. I think it was the way Thomas moved, because he took a half a step forward and then cut and went along the lateral side, and that was a good shot. He just went forward to half a step.
That could be a very big penalty. Goodbye touchdown.
Well, but does it help you with some options?
Hello, kicking team. 4th and goal from the Los Altos 6. Steve Olagi on to kick. Range will not be a problem. Line of scrimmage, the 12. It's 22 yards. It's up. It's good. Well, it's 3 more, but the issue now is, will it be enough? The Wildcats lead the Conquerors 10-7. Don't go away.
There's nothing like driving home a new car. That pride of ownership and the little extras that make it your own. At Hacienda Chrysler Plymouth, we carry more cars with optional features to suit your personal style.
Thanks, Mike. I love
Remaining in the third quarter, Los Altos setting sail 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line after the kickoff return by Salgado. Mike Allen passing out in the flat. The intended receiver and the guy coming up with the ball, Todd Slosick, the wide receiver from the 29. He will move the ball out to about the 33-yard line, gain of 4 on the pass play.
And so far, Mr. Friday Night, Malcolm Thomas in there on the stop.
Bruce Newmark made the reference to the drive by the Wildcats a minute ago. How's this? 17 plays, 79 yards, 8 minutes and 11 seconds.
The 8 minutes and 11 seconds is a big
Second
factor.
and 6. Give it to the second man, Bowden. He will go down as he crosses the 36-yard line. Gain of 2. He fell down. 3rd and 4 from the Los Altos 36-yard line. There you see a somewhat quiet Los Altos Conquerors crowd, trailing at this point 10-7 with 2:15 remaining in the third quarter. And you have a feeling that this one will go down to the wire. Mike Allen sets his line. Single setback, double wideouts. Looking to the right side. He wants to go long. Ernie Mora, it's batted away. Ishmael Gonzalez defending for the Wildcats.
Gonzalez stayed so tight with Ernie Mora that Mora couldn't get his hands up above Gonzalez to bring the pass in. He tried to turn and go back to the pass, but by then it was gone.
4 plays. It will be 4 on this next one.
Unbelievable.
Once again, the Conquerors will have to give up the ball.
Most of the credit defensively, and we talked about it, and I know I did so much in looking at the statistics, was Los Altos defense. We gave them the Player of the Game trophy to the whole defensive team, and Wilson really not getting the kind of credit for the way they're able to play.
We gave Player of the Game to the whole defensive unit of Los Altos in our Diamond Bar telecast a year ago in this game. We gave Player of the Game to the entire Wilson team. A thundering kick by Steve Russell. It will bounce at the 25 down to the 24-yard line. It went a mile high. The line of scrimmage had been the Los Altos 36-yard line. It'll be exactly 40 yards on the punt, no return. And with 1:44 left in the third, the Wildcats will get the ball again.
And this is the thing, Mark, that's so there you see got to be a somewhat shocked Los Altos Conqueror team.
Well,
the Wildcats able to keep the ball offensively, keep their defense off the field. And I got a story on you in that in a minute.
In motion for the Wildcats, it'll be Hanson. Merrill on the give to the second man. That will be Malcolm Thomas. He is brought down by Mike Collins. And also in there on the stop was Brian Carr.
Coach Merrill was concerned about fatigue late in the game because he only had 30 players. Obviously, it takes a lot less energy to come in here and have your offense on the field than it does your defense. So they got a lot of guys going both ways, and if Wilson can continue to control time of possession and keep offense off the field, it's going to help them. But that time they got a little sloppy.
They got a little sloppy. It was a holding penalty. The line of scrimmage was the 24, and they will move it back to the 14. So it happened right at the line of scrimmage.
Holding, offense, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
1st and 20 from the Wilson 14-yard line. You know, we said in our pregame show that Los Altos had the perfect record in the publicity. Wilson was consistent and in some ways largely ignored. We wondered, and some of the other coaches in the Sierra League that have played both teams said, well, Wilson was outstanding, or Los Altos was outstanding a year ago, but some great guys like Lou Parra and others graduated, and this team's good, but maybe not quite as hot as they were a year ago. Well, Wilson is definitely better. It was Malcolm Thomas on that carry from the 14 out to, well, almost the 20-yard line. They'll give him credit there, so it'll be 6 for Thomas.
And for Los Altos, the longest winning streak currently in the CIF Southern section of 14 games on the line tonight.
Well, they'd won, I believe it was 9 in a row when they met a year ago, and the Wildcats shot him down there. And in the entire history of this series, Bruce, Los Altos has never lost 2 times in a row.
17-4-2, but never twice in a row.
Line of scrimmage will be the 20-yard line, 2nd and 14 from the Wilson 20. Man with the ball this time will be the quarterback, Ryan Merrill. He is across the 25, officially at the 26. 6 more, first down.
Last time they ran that play, they got a big gain. Thomas took what looked like the ball, went over the line, he even tripped over a man and went down and...
Quarter.
My apologies on that. It is not first down. It was 6 more by Ryan Merrill. That'll make it 3rd and 8. And that we'll have to wait and see in the 4th quarter. 3 of them are done. It's 10-7. The Cats enjoying their first home game against the Los Altos Conquerors at the end of 3. It's the Wildcats 10, the Conquerors 7. We'll be back with more after this.
I think we're going to stay right here. According to the truck, we're going to allow us to stay right here and let you hear and see some of this live action tonight on United Cable. And there's the story, 10-7, as this home crowd, truly a home crowd, Wilson Wildcat team starts stamping their feet and cheering their team on. And they've changed sides every year over at District Stadium. They've taken turns on who's home team. But now there's no place like home for the Wildcats.
Well, you've heard the voice and seen the face of Bruce Newmark. I'm Mark Helmer, and we're glad that you could join us and a few thousand friends live on United Cable Television for CIF High School football. It's the battle on the boulevard, the Wildcats and the Conquerors. We go to the 4th quarter, 3rd and 9 from the 25-yard line. I formation, Ryan Merrill. Play action to his fullback. It could be another screen. He'll have to throw it away. He's under pressure.
There's a flag right at the line of scrimmage.
That looks like it will probably be holding. But hold everything just in case. Bobby Fanny indicating it's against the Wildcats. Let's check with the referee, Harry Irwin, to find out.
Did I get the Cortello again?
Holding. Offense.
Well, they can take the penalty and make it 3rd and 19, or they can decline it and make it 4th and 9.
I think I'd decline it.
I think they're checking with Dwayne Despain on the far sideline.
I think I would decline it because
Why
so
not?
far Wilson's been able to control time of possession, and I think I'd like to just take the ball away.
Well, the Conquerors, Bruce, haven't been able to take the ball away really by themselves, so they might as well let the referee help them do it. So it'll be an incomplete pass officially. It'll be 4th and 8 for Wilson at their 26-yard line. And for one of the few times tonight, they will have to kick. Malcolm Thomas began the night with a 50-yard punt. He gets a high snap this time and got a pretty fair kick. It'll be taken on a fair catch at the 44 by Mark Hearn. That'll be a 30-yard punt that time. And the Conquerors will get it with 11:48 remaining in the ball game. And these are the people that have made tonight's live telecast possible. Francisco's custom t-shirt and trophy in La Puente. The people that will be providing our Player of the Game trophy. Quick Copy Printing at Butts Ford, National All Detail, Captain Jake's, Skate Junction, and Casa O'Brien's. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line for the Conquerors. Fake to Zambrano, give it to Bowden going the other way in the change of direction. And he'll be dragged down by the ankles right near the 50-yard line. And the man that tackled him paid a little bit of a price as well. Coming up a little bit slowly and sitting back down rather quick is Steve Bloom, who has been the star receiver. And on defense, he is not a guy you want to lose. He's in the free safety position.
Well, not only is he not a guy you want to lose defensively, but offensively, he's been the guy that's picked up the long yardage tonight. And Bloom attempted to get up and laid back down there. You can see him, he's on his back, but oh boy, you don't want this to happen.
No, you don't want to lose Bloom. It looks like an ankle. We'll wait on that. Here's the rest of the people that make our high school telecast possible. Hacienda Chrysler Plymouth, Peanuts TV in Pomona, Board Ford, A&A Carpets, Chicken Broaster in Delhi, the Fajita Junction, Jim Top of Pico Rivera, and Troy Tickets.
Mark, you know, we talked to Steve Hunt early in the game, in the pregame show, about how tough the Sierra League is. He thought the Baseline League was the tougher of the two leagues. But I got to tell you, in the current CIF Sports Writers poll, There are only 3 baseline teams in the top 10, and there are 4 Sierra League teams in the top 10 with Los Altos, Wilson, Diamond Bar, and Baldwin Park. This is a great league and a good game here tonight.
And yet, you know, normally in the standings, if you don't have 5 or 6 Sierra League teams in the standings, it's an off year. So kind of interesting there that they have a limited number. There you see Steve Bloom coming off the field. And fortunately, if you're a Wildcats fan, it's not a knee, which is a nice switch after what happened to Makavik and also Olsen. It will be 2nd and 4 from the 50, 11:25 left. Wildcats show blitz, but I think that they're only showing it. Allen to Zambrano. Looks like he wanted to pass. He'll keep it himself. 50 down to the 40 and knocked out of bounds there. Tackle made that time by the Wildcats right inside linebacker Mike Phillips.
Mike Phillips was one man in there. He got some help in there from, I thought I saw, well, I guess it's number 18 in there, Kyle Benner.
Line of scrimmage now will be the Wildcat 40-yard line. Wilson 10, the Conquerors 7. 11:12 on the clock. Mark Hilmer along with Bruce Newmark and our entire sports crew from United Cable Television. Happy to bring you the home game of our service area. The Wildcats and the Conquerors, and it has been everything we expected. High formation, Bowden tripped up in the backfield. The man making the stop was Grady Hahn. He slowed him down, and Kyle Benner and friends came on from there.
Again.
Grady Hahn, one of the leading tacklers he was the leading tackler coming into tonight's game for the Wildcats, 19 of them before we got underway this evening.
Again, there you see more of that aggressive pursuing type defense, and Wilson really doing a great job.
2nd and 11, Bruce, from the Wildcat 41-yard line, 10.5 left. Allen got to unload it in a hurry. He's under pressure and breaks away, and now he'll go down at the 40-yard line. Almost sacked in the backfield that time by John Raffles.
He couldn't believe he missed him. He missed him. Mike Phillips missed him. Everybody missed him. He finally got stopped in the short secondary area, and he could have been stopped much sooner.
Well, they're going to call it a gain of 2.
Very kind.
Raffles had his 14th sack in his mind.
Very, very kind spot for Los Altos.
Another big one at 10 minutes exactly. 3rd and 9 from the Wildcat 39. Allen and the Conquerors need the first down now to Hearn. First down. Oh, what a major league catch by Mark Hearn. While Ishmael Gonzalez was defending.
Ishmael Gonzalez had to catch him in the air. Take a look at this replay. Mark Hearn leaves his feet as Mike Allen on a pass up. There you see him. He catches him in the air and slams him to the ground. Mike Hearn gets up in the air, and I got to tell you, some of the best camera work you're ever going to see. Tim Keeler, our cameraman, had that nailed for you.
1st and 10 at the Wildcats 26. A big down, and it was a big play. Mark Hearn has been a big play man. Delay handoff, Zambrano, and Mike that Bowden, and nobody's surprised by that one. Making the stop, John Raffles, the senior defensive end, hooked him down in the backfield. The line of scrimmage, Bruce, had been the 26, threw him back to the 28.
I can't get that Hearn reception out of my mind. That may be the biggest play of the game. If Los Altos scores on this drive on that 3rd and 9, and if they end up winning this game, that play may be the biggest play of the game.
Well, it occurred at the 10-minute mark left, and there you see an example that our United Cable cameras on the scene to show it to you. Double wide out, single setback, underthrew Bowden on 2nd and 12.
Mike Allen under heavy pressure. That time John Raffles got in there, and although he didn't hit him, he made that pass have to be thrown much quicker and unable to get it off to Bowden.
Well, we've had exactly 59 seconds go by since the last 3rd down play. At the 10-minute mark, it was a 13-yarder to Mark Hearn. Now we're 3rd and 12 with 9:01 left. Los Altos at the Wildcat 28. Allen out of the shotgun. He's rolling. He throws. It's to Mark Hearn again. At the 20, down to the 15-yard line, right near the stick. This will be very close to the first down.
He's got the first down, I think. They sent 3 wideouts to the right side. Bowden went. There you see the ball. It appears to be just halfway beyond the first down. There you see the 3 wideouts go on the right side. Hearn was there, Salgado was there, and I believe they've got the first down.
He did not make it, Bruce. It was an 11-yard gain, 4th and 1. 8:53 left in the game. From the Wilson 16-yard line up the middle. That should be enough for the first down. They'll stop the clock to make sure. I think Allen did it by himself, and he's a little slow getting up. And it looks like he hurt his hand momentarily.
They're moving the chain, so he picked up the first down. Can't be too badly hurt on his hand. He was able to tie his shoe again. So Mike Allen doing it on a keeper.
Well, he made it to the 12, so he needed 1, and he got 4. That'll make it 1st and 10. Los Altos at the Wilson 12-yard line. 8:35 left in the game. 10-7 Wildcats. The Conquerors are in trouble, and they know it. Bowden driving inside the 10, down to the 6. It's a 14 game winning streak on the line. #1 ranking in the state. #1 in San Gabriel Valley. #1 in Division 4. And #1 in the Sierra League. Bowden took it to the 8-yard line, gain of 4. 2nd and 6 from the Wilson 8-yard line. 8:03. 8 minutes exactly. Delay, Bowden. He's got room. He's at the 5. He's got a touchdown. Maybe he doesn't. Stay tuned.
They're calling his forward progress stopped, Mark, at about the
1-yard line.
In fact, beyond the 1-yard line, the ball is actually touching just inside the goal line. It's incredible how close it is. There you see the referee, and they have stopped that ball.
More importantly than that, at 7:45, it's 1st and goal. They got 4 downs.
Bowden with
Allen,
107
one
yards.
setback. He'll do it himself. There's a flag.
Take a look at this. Picks up the first down at the 1-foot line. There you see he stopped right inside there, right there at the 1-foot line, but it was enough for first down, 1st and goal.
Meanwhile, while you've been looking at the replay, the Conquerors are celebrating. They are saying the penalty is against the Wildcats. All they can do is move it 6 inches.
We have a dead ball foul. Encroachment on the red. Half the distance.
Well, half the distance in
About
this
3
case
inches.
is going to be about 6 inches, and they'll move it up from there. So on the penalty, it will be 1st and goal at the Wilson 6-inch line. 7:35 left in the ball game. The Wildcats lead by 3. The Conquerors go in for more. Allen, touchdown.
Flag on the play. It's possibly motion against Los Altos.
Oh, if they took the touchdown away, you'd hear this side of the field erupt.
It looked to me like they might have moved a little early.
I have an unsportsmanlike dead ball on the red. Half the distance to the goal.
The touchdown will stand, so what this means most likely is that they will decline the penalty if they assess it. If it was after the play, it means they'll kick the extra point from the 1.5-yard line as opposed to the 3, which really won't mean anything to Courtney Smith because he'll still spot it at the 10.
But the touchdown does stand, and that puts the Conquerors up right now 13-10. And for Wilson, they're a little bit of the frustration of losing the lead as an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called after the play.
Courtney Smith will attempt the extra point. Slosik will hold. It's 13-10, 7:25 left. The snap is back, the ball is down, the kick is good, and the Conquerors are on top for the first time in the second half. Los Altos 14, Wilson 10. We talked earlier about the scoring drive for the Wilson Wildcats of 17 plays, 79 yards, 8 minutes and 11 seconds. Well, on this particular drive, Los Altos did almost as well. The line of scrimmage was back on their own 44-yard line, so they went a mere 54 yards. And in the process, they came down the field in 4 minutes and 23 seconds.
And Mark, during that drive, which was a sustained drive for Los Altos, 20 yards given up, actually 27 yards given up on penalties by the Wilson team. And you talked about how the little things can kill you. That time, take those 27 yards back, and you've got a different drive.
13 plays, 54 yards, 4:23 time of the drive. The Wildcats are still alive. They've got 7:25 to go, and they got the ball. Here comes Michael Wong. Wong, from about the 12-yard line, brings it out to the 35.
There's still a lot of time left, 7:17 to go. In the last drive, the Wilson team had the ball 8 minutes and 14 seconds. They started back on their own 21. This time they'll start much better field position from about the 35, and they're looking to have a sustained drive again.
Next week, the Servite Friars and the Lancers of Bishop Amat in the Angelus League. Thomas from the 35 will fool nobody. Collins in the backfield. Make that Joe Castillo in the backfield. And along with him, Bobby Fanny. 2nd and 10. Thomas, no gain.
I have it a good authority that when we go over to Bishop Amat High School next week, that the electrical has been checked, the amperage has been checked, the brand new lights are going to be working, and we're going to have a good ball game, as you said, the last game of the Angelus League.
Well, we thought it was going to be the last week of the Angelus League. The league may have been born again in the last week, although it may not be called the Angelus League anymore. High formation, single wide out, and that's Wong. He comes into your screen. Merrill rolling to his right. He's got Wong wide open, and it's almost intercepted by Todd Slosik, the free safety.
Slosik almost took Wong's head off in the process, and boy, he did a great job defending the pass over the middle.
Now we've got a very big play at 6:08 for the Wildcats, because it's 3rd and 10 at their own 35, and they do not want to give up the ball now. 3rd and 10. Remember, Steve Bloom, the favorite receiver in the game for Ryan Merrill, injured what we thought was an ankle, but he is at the bottom of the screen, getting ready for a fly pattern. I formation, play action to Broadnax, fumble the pitch to Malcolm Thomas. This will not get it done. Knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line, loss of 5, and the Wildcats will have to give it up. So it's a bad pitch to Malcolm Thomas.
It was fundamental football there. Those are the kinds of things. That's a concentration mistake. The pitch back was fine. Thomas just hung out there in the backfield too long and didn't come up and get the pitch. Fundamental football. You got to keep concentrated and got to keep your eye on the ball.
Well, he lost about 4 yards. It'll be 4th and 14 from the Wildcat 41. Thomas gets the kick. Fair catch called at the 40-yard line by Roger Bowden. $29-yard punt that time by Malcolm Thomas. 5:55 remaining in the ball game.
And for Los Altos now, Mark, they take the ball on their own 40-yard line, but again, excellent field position for them. They've had excellent field position in this half, twice above the 40-yard line.
We have to begin to think now about who our player of the game will be, and it's a tough call. Right up the middle, Roger Bowden, a guy with big yardage, but Mike Allen's really the one who engineered the drive down the field.
They may call it back.
Bowden, the ball carrier. Where the flag went down, you'd have to think holding. Bad news for the Conquerors, good news for the Wildcats. The referee, Harry Irwin, has the verdict. Procedure. Loss of 5. 1st and 15.
Well, not only a loss of 5, but even more importantly, a loss of a big gain by Roger Bowden.
And you see the Wildcats defense walking in the direction they want to go. 5:50. 14-10. They call it the showdown in the Sierra League, and it has been that indeed. Clock counting down. Split backs. Double wideouts. Now they shift to the I formation. Give it to the second man, Zambrano. And blocking that time for Los Altos was Magic Martinez, or Chris Martinez. I believe that's Chris's brother, Magic Martinez.
The thing that made that stop come in immediately was Mike Phillips out of the linebacking spot on the right side came up and met him immediately, and that was something they've had trouble doing early in the half, in this half, and early in the first half, a lot of trouble with that. But that time the linebackers closed the hole.
Zambrano got maybe one. It'll be 2nd and 14 from the Los Altos 36, just inside of 5 minutes left. Give it to the first man, Zambrano. He moved to the fullback spot and gained almost 20 yards. Brought down at the 43 of the Wildcats.
You'll see again how Zambrano is able, right there, there's the hole. It's on the right-hand side. That time it appeared to be either Carroll or Devera. He was unable to stop, and on the other side of the line, they closed the hole. That time, big gain, 21 yards for Zambrano. The linebackers and the defensive tackle having trouble closing that hole in the center.
1st and 10 Conquerors, 4.5 left. They shift into the I formation. Zambrano's played 2 positions in 2 plays. This time it's Roger Bowden, and he will make it to the 40. 4:20, and it's counting down. And this is what the Conquerors do so well. They get ahead and they take their own sweet time. Gain of 2 that time for Bo. 2nd and 8 from the Wildcat 41. And this is not the party that the Wildcat fans planned on.
No,
4 minutes exactly left in the game. And if we had a first ever high school telecast live, you really couldn't have picked a better one than this. Allen, first man, Zambrano across the 40, spot him at the 37, gain of 3.
A lot better job that time, closed up their defensive tackles there. Didn't give him much. It's the first time they've really stopped him straight up the middle.
Well, Bruce, we got to begin to think about a player of the game. And the first time that we ever televised Los Altos and Wilson last year was the Nogales game, and Mike Allen was the player of the game. If it hadn't been for him, Mark Hearn would not have made the pass reception. He really engineered the drive.
It was such a great catch, but Mark Hearn had to leave his feet and go up in the air. Mark Hearn doesn't leave his feet. It's a good shot. The ball goes over his head and out of bounds. So maybe, I don't know, we'll have to see how this thing plays out with 3:40 to go. Maybe we give it to them both.
I was going to say, we had whole teams. We could have co-players.
Right.
And there is the aerial view of the ball game from the
scissor lift.
The scissor lift of the Los Altos Conquerors. It'll be 3rd and 5 from the Wildcats 37. This could be a big down right here at 3:40. 3rd and 5.
Of course, we keep saying
from the Wildcats 37.
We keep saying that, but there's so many downs in this. There's Coach Dave Merrill of the Wilson Wildcats, but there have been so many big plays in this 3rd and 4th quarter that it's been amazing so far how many times this game could have turned.
Well, the thing about this is that if they did not make this first down, they are definitely out of the field goal range of Courtney Smith. We have personally seen him kick the ball for 47 yards. Right now, he would be at 54, so that would not get it done. 3:40, 3rd and 5. Watch carefully. Allen to Zambrano. They got him in the backfield.
Stop made that time, Mike Phillips. That's the guy. When they've been running to Phillips' side, he's been able to stop them. The other side has been the line side that's been weak. That time, Mike Phillips came in, did a great job, takes him out of field goal range. Now it's 4th down.
That could be the biggest play of the game of the night defensively. Phillips with the stop. More importantly than that, a loss of 3. 4th and 8 from the Wildcats 40. There is no way they can kick a field goal from here, and they're going to have to punt it. Steve Russell on with the punt team back deep as they look down the field at who will return the ball. It'll be Kyle Benner and Malcolm Thomas. The clock is counting down at 2:50, so they will definitely take a delay of the game and eat up all 25 seconds that they've got here. And there's the delay of game. That'll back it up 5 more.
Well, the Wildcats not dead yet. They are 6-0 in this stadium so far. They're undefeated here at home, and they don't want to let that party end, but they've got 2 minutes and 43 seconds to try to put some points on the board. The problem is that when Los Altos got that last touchdown, it took them out of being able to tie it with just a field goal. They made the point after, and that was a critical point after. Now they need a touchdown to win the game.
You know, I don't know that I would have taken that penalty. That gives them 5 more yards. It might seem like much. Let's see if that coaching decision makes a difference. 2:43, the Stampede's on. They nearly block it. Benner near the ball at the 15. Make that Thomas. They'll let it roll, and it's going to drop at the 4-yard line. Wow.
Thomas looked at the ball. I think he thought if he let it go, that it would go into the end zone for a touchback and come back out to the 20, but the ball took an Los Altos bounce right to the 4-yard line, and they're going to start with their backs to their goal line.
Well, Steve Russell's going to get a gold star when they look at the films on Monday. 51-yard punt, no return. There's the scenario, 2:31 remaining. The battle on the boulevard with the clock counting down. Wilson will set sail, 1st and 10. They say the ball is on the 2-yard line. Merrill looking long, he's under pressure, and he's sacked in the end zone by the Conquerors defense.
Merrill down on the field and appears to be hurt.
And we're not sure whether it was Art Laura or Bobby Fanny. Remember, Ryan Merrill came into the game wearing a harness. His left shoulder was separated in the Sure game, and he went down like a rock.
Well, they're in trouble now, because with that safety, with that safety now, it's 16 on the board. They not only need a touchdown, they've got 100 yards to go. They've got 2 minutes and 16 seconds to do it. There's the replay, there's the sack, but more importantly, they not only need the touchdown, they must get the point after to win the game, or a touchdown to tie.
But because of the safety, the Wildcats have to kick. Los Altos not only gets 2, they get the ball.
Yep. But Merrill still down on the field, and that may be the most serious problem, because now not only do they not have the ball, but he is obviously in pain.
They are looking at his what looks to be left shoulder. The 2 fellas that we told you about in the pregame show, Brian McCavick and Eric Olson, were the number 2 and number 3 quarterbacks. They both had a win to their credit earlier in the year. The only guy left is Kyle Benner, who quite frankly is not really a quarterback. He's actually a DB. So the sack in the end zone at 2:16 left in the ball game. If we can later on, we'll take a look at it and try to figure out who the person was. We had Art Laura in the neighborhood, Bobby Fanny, Sean O'Dwyer was in there, and Ryan Merrill is getting up. He's holding the harness, and that is not a good sign for tonight, or it's not a good sign for the playoffs. If he goes away, all 3 quarterbacks that the Wildcats have used could be done.
You can see how he's holding his shoulder. Even though he's in the harness, he is in a lot of pain, and he's going to have to come off the field. And that's tough, because with they're going to end up with under 2 minutes. There's no way without him in there that they're going to be able to do this.
Well, no matter who wins this game, we would expect to see both go to the playoffs, and this could really give Dave Merrill a major league problem. Eric Olson hyperextended the ligaments in his knee. He should be okay. Brian McCavick is definitely through. There you see the live story as it happens on the kick. It'll be a free kick, and it's going to be off the tee as opposed to a punt. It'll be a squibber.
It's touched.
Wilson's trying to get the ball back, and they did.
It's touched by Wilson. Unbelievable. They will get the ball back. It was a squib kick. It's off the hands of a Los Altos Conqueror, and the Wilson line came charging up in there, and very astutely all the sure-handed guys came in. They come up with the ball, but as you said, the real story without Merrill in there, even with 2:13 to go, do you have enough time?
All right, now guess who's at quarterback for the Wildcats? Holy mackerel, Ryan Merrill is off the bench. The line of scrimmage is the 41. Are we going to have a storybook ending? 2:04 left in the game. Wilson, 1st and 10 from their 41. Malcolm Thomas with the ball. He's got blockers. Thomas at the 45, 50, 45, and out of bounds.
Thomas excited. You can see him coming there off the sidelines, and the fans now going absolutely nuts as the feet start hitting the metal of the stadium, and you can hear it all the way back to the Los Altos Conqueror team.
Minute 52 left in the fourth, 16-10. On a sack in the end zone, 2 more points added to it. Steve Bloom comes out. Michael Wong goes back in. The line of scrimmage now is the 43-yard line of Los Altos. It was a 16-yard gain that time by Thomas, 1st and 10. A minute 52. Merrill looking long. Swing pass right to the hands of Thomas, but it'll stop the clock.
Well, we're going to have to find out after this game.
Wong, and way down the field, Steve Bloom wide open at the 20-yard line with nobody near him.
They were 98 yards away from the goal line. The question is, was that intentional on the gamble to try to get that ball back and take that safety?
You know, I have never seen a successful onside kick on a free kick following a safety.
It could have been the biggest gamble in the entire history of these two teams because you're 100 yards away.
2nd and 10 at the 43, a minute 47. It has been a classic indeed. Give it to Kofi Broadknox, out of bounds at the 38. He'll stop the clock at a minute 42.
He picks up a little bit. He's going to be up about 5 yards away from the first down.
He will go out at the 38, a gain of 5 more. That'll make it 3rd and 5 at the Los Altos 38-yard line.
These kids all know exactly where they're at right now. They know that there's a minute and a half on the clock, a little over a minute and a half, and they're doing a great job of keeping an eye on that sideline.
Wide out to the far side, Steve Bloom and Wong. Split backs, it'll be Thomas and Broadknox. Merrill with a separated shoulder from the shotgun. Looking long, he's got a man open, it's Bloom! Off his hands. Back defending the guy who made the key catch for Los Altos, Mark Hearn. And you know, it may really help being a pass receiver to play pass defense.
You read it better, but I'll tell you, that's the 3rd time he's batted away a pass that would have burned him deep. He's done a great job in the secondary position. He did an excellent job going into the air for that catch. Mark Hearn tonight, a big factor for Los Altos.
Well, we waited all year. It may come down to this. 4th and 5, Los Altos, 38-yard line. The Wildcats with the ball. What will happen now?
Carl.
First down, Wilson.
That play did not work the last 2 times they ran it. The pass intended there for Steve Bloom, it worked that time at maybe the most important time it could have come.
Start
at 4th down.
Minute and a half exactly at the Los Altos 29-yard line. Merrill for the end zone. He's got a man. He separated his shoulder in the sure game. He came off the turf in his own end zone and led his team all the way down the field.
Well,
touchdown pass, 29 yards, Ryan Merrill to Chris Hansen.
This point after may be the most important thing of the season for the Wilson Wildcats right now. If we can keep it right here to see this kick, we can take a look at that touchdown later.
Olagi to attempt it. Kyle Benner to hold, 16-16. The battle on the boulevard has been a classic. It's good. The Wildcats lead.
We'll see if we can get you a shot at the touchdown in a minute. You see the excited Wilson Wildcats. They take a 1-point lead. Still a minute and 23 seconds to go. We'll take a look at the replay on the touchdown. The touchdown pass from Ryan Merrill, who went out hurt. He throws the ball all the way into the end zone to junior Chris Hansen. They come back and a 16-16 tie and kick the point after. Mark, we're gonna have to find out. I'm beginning to wonder if that safety wasn't a called play in order to get a shot at that squib kick.
That was not a called play. That was a sack all the way. And this is one of the best high school football games I have ever seen in my life.
Unbelievable.
They wear the colors of Cardinal and Gold, and in the background, the Wildcats play Conquest.
Minute 23 seconds. Wilson has played an excellent job defensively tonight. If ever there was a time, this is when they need it in a team that Dave Merrill was concerned about fatigue.
6 plays, 59 yards, 41 seconds, a 29-yard pass play, and it's 17-16. Down the other way, the ball taken at the 20-yard line by, I believe it was Slosik. Alex Salgado, my apologies, from the 20-yard line, Salgado. From the 20, they'll spot it at the 30-yard line.
The two guys that are going to really be key right now are the left defensive tackle and inside linebacker. If they continue to yield yardage up the middle to Bowden and Zambrano as they have during this half, there's going to be problems, and they're going to be able to run those running plays. There's still time.
A minute and 10, 70 yards away. Allen, swing pass to the outside. He's got Todd Slosik at the 41. Out of bounds, stop the clock. Gain of 11, first down. Well, we hoped after 5 years of covering CIF high school football on United Cable Television that our first live broadcast would give you some things to think about for a long, long time. They are meeting this time for the 23rd time, and this may be the best one yet. First and 10 at the Los Altos 41. A minute 1 left. Double wide out, single setback. Mike Allen will be sacked. Hold everything. There's a flag for a face mask against John Raffles. He got the sack, Bruce, but he paid the price.
I was just going to say before that snap that if they're going to continue to go to the ball in the air, Raffles is going to be a key factor. I think it was I don't know whether it was intentional or not.
No, it was not.
So it'll be 5 yards.
It should be 5 yards, but it was a very rough tackle.
Well,
they're giving him the big one.
Boy, that's a killer penalty for Wilson. Raffles is the guy that leads in interceptions.
Wrestling the face mask. Defense. Still first down.
I don't think that John Raffles meant that, but he hit him so hard there was no choice. 57 seconds left. First and 10. Pass, I believe, to Hearn. It is Mark Hearn.
So Hearn, we're going to take another look at the face mask penalty, the play that led to the face mask. The sack on Mike Allen right there. Raffles, comes in, reaches on the face mask, and just literally snaps his head off.
Well, there was a big play earlier, a 14-yard gain by Mark Hearn. 13 that time, first and 10. Los Altos at the Wilson 36. 50 seconds left exactly. They trail by 1. Allen, swing out, batted away and nearly intercepted by the Wildcats. Fermin Velasquez.
Still all right because it was first down. There's 45 seconds to go. Mike Allen with that stops the clock. I don't think more than a second or so ticked off the clock that time, if any. 3 or 4 seconds.
45 seconds left. 17-16. The Wildcats over the Conquerors. Allen back to pass. Looking long. He will overthrow the intended receiver that time. It was Alex Salgado. 39 seconds left, 17-16, and the last 2 minutes have been unbelievable. Mark Elmer, along with Bruce Newmark, happy to welcome you to CIF High School Football. The battle on the boulevard has been just that. Next week, Servite and Amat. Zambrano with the ball, they'll sack him.
That time, John Raffles comes in and hits Mike Allen, and he hits him square in the numbers. Oh, I'm sorry, Fernando Zambrano, he hit him square in the numbers. You could see him with his hands down. Grady Hahn helped him on the stop, and the big setback for the Conquerors.
Well, the big setback indeed, Bruce. They were on the 36. Now they're all the way back to the Wildcat 45. They tried a trick play, and it didn't work.
More importantly, all Los Altos needs is a field goal to win this game. It's 4th down, and that took them out of field goal position.
We have seen, you could be absolutely right.
They now on 4th down are forced to go for the first down, because had they made that play, they would have been in field goal position no matter what happened. That was a big stop. The ball's on the 45-yard line.
It is not 4th down. Where are they getting that?
That was 3rd down. It was 3rd down. It was third down. That's a fourth down play. This will be a fourth down play.
Fourth and 20 from the 45. Allen out of the I formation. He's got 6 wide receivers. It will go to Zambrano. He will not get the first down.
The ball is being ruled dead. 2 yards behind the beginning of the drive. And I believe that unless something devastating happened here at the Wilson Wildcats, they'll remain undefeated. And on the anniversary of this meeting, the Conquerors will take their first 1989 loss.
Well, there were 45 seconds left, and John Raffles, who leads the Sierra League, came in with officially sack number 15, and that may have turned the tide. He came into the ball game tonight with 13. He had 2 of them, but they took 1 away. And I think we're going to have to do what we did a year ago. Player of the game, Team Wilson.
I don't know. Team Wilson, Ryan Merrill.
Ryan Merrill. For the Los Altos Conquerors, they come into tonight's game with a winning streak of 14 straight. The streak is over. The Wilson Wildcats have waited virtually 25 years to have their home stadium, especially for this ball game. This gives them a home winning streak of 5 in a row. It puts them in first place in the Sierra League, and for the first time ever, they can look at Los Altos and say, welcome to the jungle. The final score in one of the great high school football games we have ever seen, the Wilson Wildcats 17, the Los Altos Conquerors 16. We'll be back with the player of the game, the man who rose from the ashes, Ryan Merrill, after this.
National Auto Detail is an investment in your car. Whether it's polishing and waxing the exterior or shampooing and cleaning the interior, the value of your vehicle is maintained when its appearance is cared for by professionals. With 5 area locations and mobile units to detail vehicles at your home or office, National Auto Detail also offers automobile and residential window tinting. National Auto Detail, preserving the value of your vehicle while making it look its best.
Now open in Diamond Bar, Chicken Broaster and Deli, specializing in roasted chicken at its finest. We also serve delicious barbecue ribs, a variety of hot and cold sandwiches, and great tasting desserts. Our food is made to order, so why not phone ahead? Call 860-7912. Chicken Broaster and Deli at 1401 Diamond Bar Boulevard, just south of Grand Avenue in the Montefino Center. We do catering too. Family owned and operated, Chicken Broaster and Deli, the tastiest takeout in Diamond Bar.
So you're at home watching the game alone, but why? The fun party is at Casa O'Brien's in Diamond Bar, and you're invited. Casa O'Brien's has 10 televisions, including